quick caption test. Hello, everybody. Welcome to LoreLink. We are streaming live on both Twitch and YouTube. Thank you for being here with us this evening. My name is Michael Dunn, and I will be your guide along the way as we do a little bit of planning in LoreLink for the Quest for the Frozen Flame Adventure Path from Pathfinder 2E. This has been an ongoing campaign that we've been working on kind of doing the planning together. This is, I believe, the 10th installment, as we've been doing one stream a month in general on this specific topic. We are LoreLink. LoreLink is campaign management for GMs, storytellers of role-playing games. So we're going to be showcasing how to do the planning inside of the LoreLink tool, and we're also going to be kind of talking a little bit about the adventure. I do this once a month on this particular stream. Our normal weekly stream, which we're skipping tomorrow for U.S. Election Day, but our normal Tuesday night stream is run by Mark Delacroix, where he goes through and kind of introduces you to new different types of systems so that you can get a good feel for what you can do in LoreLink. A lot of those videos are now contained on our website on the system examples page, where you can see a lot of different systems that we have built campaigns in, or like short adventures in. within LoreLink so you can get a feel for how to use different types of systems, because there's lots of different ways of doing role-playing games. So you'll be able to see all that on the website. Also, while we're on the topic, please do give us a follow on Blue Sky if you happen to be out there. It's at lorelink.com, so really easy to find there. And with that, we will get started. So thanks again for joining me this evening. I am going to have a little bit of a hard time jumping into this because I've been gone for a while. I took a couple-week vacation and then got sick for a week. So I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things. And unfortunately, that meant that I had to miss the previously scheduled game of Quest of the Frozen Flame that I'm running. So we're doing the planning this way because it's an actual game I've really been running with my local group. And we've been working on this for now a couple years. It's been a long-running campaign. We're about halfway, or a little bit over halfway through the second book in the adventure path. It's a 3-book series. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been going on for a long time. In fact, it's been going on longer than I've been able to use LoreLink. So one of the things that I've been doing over time is taking the previous notes that I had and porting a lot of those into LoreLink and kind of switching from my system of Google Docs and notebooks and things into everything being in LoreLink to make my life a little bit easier. So to kind of showcase where we are just a little bit, we have all these different locations. We've got the Lost Mammoth Valley, a lot of stuff here inside of Lost Mammoth Valley. I have a map that you can see here with a lot of pinned locations on it. So what I'm going to do today, barring knowing what else to do since I haven't been able to run the game since the last stream, is I'm going to go through and work on filling out the rest of these locations here on the map and try to get all those into LoreLink. My goal has been to kind of work just a little bit ahead of where the players are. So quick highlight of the campaign leading up to this point, they've been rushing into they ran into this valley trying to escape another group that's following them. They have this whole group of people they're with that's called their following. It's part of a nomadic tribe, and they are searching for an ancient artifact that has been lost for a really long time, and they're trying to find it. They've found a lot of evidence that it is now currently in the clutches of the evil dragon, white dragon Venexus, who holds sway over this valley. So their following is full of people and animals, including mammoths. It's headed by their mammoth lords, and the party currently is serving as the scouts for the following. They are working on exploring the area. They're working on making connections and building allyships and finding safe places for the rest of the following to kind of hide out, where they can be safe not only from the people that are following them, but also from the evil cult that lives in the valley in service to Venexus and kind of a pseudo-deity Ashen Swale, and trying to evade all of that while also finding friends and allies and staying hidden from the dragon, obviously. So that's what they've been doing. They have cleared basically everything left of this central line. Everything to the left of that has been cleared to some extent or another. There's a handful of points of interest that they haven't made it to. That's fine. This is kind of a sandbox type of game. There are going to be a number of options depending on how they choose to press east. They may find different things. My bet is they will not encounter everything, because they're probably going to pick a path and go kind of straight towards the end goal. They have figured out that the town of Lyuba is here in this location, and that it is really close to the Glacial Palace, the home of Venexus, and so that is kind of where they're ready to get off to start wrapping up this adventure. And so they're going to press towards that. I don't know the path they're going to take. They're probably going to arc over to the north, which is why I had started by planning out that stuff, but I'm going to fill out all of these areas and plan all of these things. One moment, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a really weird notification. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. So, apologies for the interruption. Technology can be really weird sometimes. I now know what just happened. Um, I have two moderators here with me, Shannon and Tony. So thank you so much for being here to help out with the stream. And so we have a Google Meet that sits off to the side where we can kind of talk and plan the stream, and they can ping in my ear if anything comes up that they need. I just saw a notification pop up over there, and it turns out what happened is because Shannon was the last person to talk, it's her face and name that are currently highlighted in Google Meet. Also, Google Meet, because I have it muted because I want to talk to you all instead of into the Meet, I have it muted. And Google's like, hey, we hear you talking into your microphone, but you're muted. Did you mean to be muted? But what it looked like out of the corner of my eye when I saw the notification is it looked like Shannon Marty was saying, you are currently muted. So I'm like, wait, I'm muted? I'm not talking on the stream? That's very bad, because obviously I keep the audio on the stream itself muted because I don't want to hear myself in my own ear on both my microphone headset and in Twitch and in YouTube, because that would be very distracting. So anyway, I now understand what's going on, and I apologize for the distraction. I was very distracted because I thought y'all couldn't hear me. Crisis averted, problem solved. I now understand what's going on, and I will not make that mistake again. All right, we'll continue. So what I'm going to do is fill out the rest of these locations here that have, because I don't know for sure how they're going to come through here. Even if they do come across the north to get to the town, more than likely what's going to happen, and I covered this in a previous stream, but I want to just recap it really quickly, is that we have this tag here for reputation. So the party is going to try to build reputation, and they're going to try to build reputation in a variety of ways. And so here are some different events that and locations where they can go to earn reputation, and events that may occur that will reward them with reputation. If they don't have a high enough reputation when they get into Layuba, the town, they're not going to receive a very warm welcome. And so they're going to find that they are going to have to go build reputation by meeting with people and doing things and exploring a little bit further before they can get into the town. So I need to have all this ready for them, just in case, regardless of how they initially try to approach the town. So that's what we're going to do today. Let me go ahead and hop into it. Because this involves copying a lot of stuff out of the book, I'm going to switch my display for you really quickly. So now you should be able to see LoreLink here in the browser window, and then over here to the side you can see the PDF of the adventure path itself. So generally what I try to do is we're going to go, so I'm going to just do this in numerical order. So B44 looks like the next one. So I'm going to come into the locations, come into Lost Mammoth Valley. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Try this again. So we see we have all these things in here. I'm going to go ahead and click the plus here to add a new location. So we're going to go B44. And now inside the PDF, I'm going to look for B44. Bear with me, it takes a minute sometimes to search through. And again, this is exactly why I like having things in LoreLink, because during a game day, I don't want to be doing all this searching through a PDF, because I find it's very slow a lot of times, especially when you have these huge multi-page graphics heavy PDFs. They can be a little bit cumbersome to work with. So B44 is a fishing camp. All right, and so we're going to, yep, that's the right parent. I don't have a read aloud, but I do have content. Put this in the description. Do this. Citation. Okay, now what we're going to do is save this. Go to the fishing camp. We're going to open this up in a new tab. So just Control-click opens that in a new tab. Normal web behavior. again, works right there within Lorelink, no problem. So I'm going to do a couple things to this fishing camp. We're going to start by adding a reputation tag. Now I've tagged it as this is related to reputation. Let me read this really quickly. Recognize the party's warriors. The fishers ask the scouts to protect them, as neither Venexus nor Ashen Swell has yet come to their aid. The party can find the bat monster they speak of in area B45. Okay. Okay, there we go, and then B47. So we're gonna, if I remember correctly, B45, 47 we already have. So we're gonna attach B47. Associate a location. I don't want to, not a new location. There we go. Associate an existing location. B45. So one of the things you'll note when we have a really long list like this is we're aware that when you have a really big campaign like this, that this can be a little bit of a problem, and this is one of the fixes we're working on right now. B47. So you'll be able to do type ahead and sort it. It'll be sorted and everything, which would be great. So B47. Okay, perfect. And associate. So now these two are locations are associated. So now I can go to the brass pyre. I can pull up its information here. I can see other associated locations. I can go back to the fishing camp here. Okay, so now I'm going to go do 45. Add to the Lost Mount Valley. B45. Checking out B45. Corpse clearing. So we'll put this description. I just put that up there as a note because I want them to, I want to make sure that I don't miss that this is a hidden location they have to know about. They're not going to stumble on it accidentally, although they might if they are being perceptive enough at the time. So we're going to do a little thing. We're going to create this, okay? And this is the fishing camp. I'm going to go ahead and associate now because remember, this is associated with B45, so we're going to actually associate these together. Associate an existing location, B45. I could have created it from here, but B45 corpse clearing, associate. Now, click through the corpse clearing. This doesn't grant reputation specifically. It only grabs the reputation if they've talked to the people at 44. So it doesn't get the flag with the tag. So I'm going to add but I am going to add an event. So I'm going to create an event here. We're going to call the corpse clearing. That's the location name. Counter at corpse clearing. We're going to just call it that. Give this a short description. And then we'll give it a full description. And pop these in here. I think I may actually have a Basu. Alright, screw that. We're just going to do this. Can't type. There we go. Perception. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to do ghouls 10. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to go to Archives of Nethys. We're going to pull up ghouls. Ghoul. Creature family. There we go. Nope, that's not what I want. creature. Where is a creature? No, no, no. These are just a ghoul. There's so many different ghoul options. These are creature ones. Nothing special. Will this show me all the... Okay, that's interesting. Pathfinder Bestiary 169. My guess is that this is an issue with the change to remaster. Maybe they changed the way these work just a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. Guests are technically related but different. Huh. Okay. I will have to track those down later, apparently, or I can just use a ghoul soldier. That'll work. Yeah, I'll just do that. Good enough. They're going to encounter ghoul soldiers. It's not a big deal. They have been absolutely demolishing everything they run across anyway. So build a link to the ghouls, and then we're going to also pull in an Abasu. Just one of those. Perception 17. Initiative, because I can't type. Abasu, that should work. There we go. Grab the Abasu. There we go. So there's the creatures. The ghouls hide in the swamp. They emerge and attack when the characters enter this area. After the ghouls are defeated, an Abasu arrives and attacks the party alongside 2 more ghouls. Haha. Nice. The ghouls are the missing fishers from Area B44 who were killed by the Abasu. Good times. So we're going to go ahead and save this. So that's that event. I'm going to associate this. Let's go to the event. Encounter at corpse clearing. Let's add a location trigger. Corpse clearing is what we're looking for, which is at B45. There we go. These are now associated. So I have this encounter with the ghouls here as an encounter, and that way I can check it off separately from the location in my to-do list and everything. Let's come in here, and now we have this location. It is also used by the encounter at corpse clearing, so everything is tied together. When I switch to view mode, by the way, this becomes a little bit more straightforward. We get rid of all the editing stuff, pull all that part of the UI out of your way, so you can just kind of navigate around. But since I'm editing, I'll keep this on for now. Just to double check, I want to see if I have a Abasu in here. I don't think that I have pulled one in. Nor do I have a ghoul. That's fine. Okay, just checking. Sometimes I create the creatures actually in the creatures list in LoreLink. Sometimes I just link to the sheet here in Archives of Nethys. I'll just leave that open for now. Okay, so we've got 44 and 45 created, connected to each other. 44, 45, perfect, all connected. Now we're going to come back to the map here. We can go ahead and add these to the map. So we'll add B44. Cancel, going to be B44. Fishing camp, save, and here we go. B45, corpse clearing, save. Boom. So B4, I'm going to click save because I want to save this map update. Now we're going to go to B46. And we're going to create that. B46 is a waymarker. I thought I already had all the waymarkers, so bear with me 1 second. Nope, I was missing one. Okay, cool. My bad. It is a waymarker, so in the swamp. There we go. It's in the description. Save this. Now, B46, I need to find all the waymarkers. Theoretically, B33 waymarker, let's see. B38 waymarker, okay. Let's go into B38's waymarker, and we're going to associate this. Okay, it came from B33. All right, let's go to B36 really quickly. Let's look at this. Hunter's Camp. No, that's not right. B38. Waymarker. This waymarker stands in the middle of a grassy field. The waymarker's handprints point east to area B47. Its stone disc depicts a 3-star constellation. Interesting. It points to B47. But B47 is the brass pyre, not the waymarker. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. B33 points to B38. Let's look in here. B47 is there. B38 is there. I wonder if that's a typo. I wonder if that's not actually supposed to be B47. Let me look at B47 again. 2 wood platforms rise out of the deep bog on stilts connected by docks. The top one platform sits a large brass bowl 10 feet in diameter. Interesting. I wish they would answer that question, because here's what's confusing to me. So B38, which is the last waymarker they could have found up to this point, stands in the middle of a grassy field, points east to area B47. But B47 is southeast. East is B46, the next waymarker, and then B50 is the next waymarker after that. I think it's put the waymarkers, all the other waymarkers have connected to each other, so I think that that was the intent. But we're going to read one more thing. Let me go ahead and put in 46 and 50, and then we'll go from there. Locations. B46 waymarker. I'm going to associate this with B38. Let's check our tags. Do I have a waymarker tag? I do not. Oh, I do have a waymarker tag. Perfect. Let's go ahead and tag this as a waymarker. I can go ahead and tag it book 2. It doesn't much matter. I stopped thinking that was useful a while ago. Let's look at the waymarkers. Now we have waymarkers 1. There we go. 1, 9, 15, 20, 23, 28, 33, 38, 46, and then 50 will be the next one. So those are in fact all the waymarkers. So tags, super useful for stuff like this. So I've got all these different waymarker locations that I can keep grouped together. Otherwise, they wouldn't really have any particular groupings. So go ahead and call this B46 and save that. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to B50 then. I'm going to create that. Just the last waymarker in theory. And nothing else in here. There's no further, it doesn't point anywhere else. So it's kind of a dead end waymarker. Save that. Go to B50. We're going to attach that, associate that with B46 waymarker. Although this, you'll note that technically these aren't connected. So this waymarker doesn't actually point to B50. There is no connection between them. So I'm going to add a waymarker tag here, but that's it. Now, I still feel like B38 was intending to go there. So let's look at all the waymarkers. So B38, 46. So let's look for waymarkers really quickly. I think there was a general note about waymarkers somewhere in the PDF. I don't have it. Oh, I do have it. I have it in here. There we go. Each waymarker. See, this is why I do it in LoreLink. I actually thought ahead, and I have the general description of waymarkers. That is actually in LoreLink now. Long before Venexus, attacking Deviant settled laws bound the valley, blah, 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 blah. Each waymarker is 12 foot tall, 3 foot stone square pile of stones topped by a metal ring. Flat stone disc carved with constellations set it to the ground on the waymarker south side. Centered in the ring, the disc and waymarker enable a traveler to determine north regardless of skill time or weather. Each waymarker is a holy site to Desna, indicating the old migratory route. So, I understand that 46 and 50 are ruined to the point they no longer point anywhere, and the 4 and 60 and 50 would show up there. But 38 would still point to 46, not to 47. I'm going to call that a typo. There's no indication to the contrary. So I'm going to come into 38, and we're going to call this 46 because I am positive that that was the intent. I'm going to unlink 47 and save. Okay. And I did not delete the location. That was just removing the link. See, 47 is still there. We're going to come in here and go to B50. Cool. And there's that waymarker. So the waymarkers are now complete. That's all the waymarkers in here. So now to add location B48. Double checking that I didn't miss any. Okay, cool. B48. Scrolling. Don't love PDFs. Okay. Trackers Camp. And I'm going to paste this in, do a little bit of formatting. So that's the other thing that happens sometimes with PDFs. We're trying to find a way to solve this problem with pasting, but I don't know that there's any way to solve it. Sometimes in PDFs, the columns get combined, which makes so that when I select, instead of selecting down the column, it selects right and left the whole page. It has something to do with the formatting, and so there's just no way to do this other than a line at a time. It's an encoding problem, so. Yeah, it's 20, yeah. Well, I think that it is something that the PDF authors have to fix. There's the problem, PDFs are insanely complicated. Like, they are so hard because it's really just a container format for a lot of different ways of representing content. And it can be textual content, it can be images, whatever. And depending on the layout mechanisms and the way they're doing things, it could be that it's the PDF itself that's got the problem, but it could also be the specific viewer that I'm using to read the PDF that's causing the problem. And I don't really have a great way of demonstrating that point. I haven't found a viewer that works correctly. It doesn't mean that the correct viewer couldn't use it correctly. That's yep, gotta keep doing this. There, oh, no. We got a couple lines. Sometimes I have to get a couple lines at a time. Yep, slow going. Apologize for that. So anyway, what kind of games y'all playing? Any of you Pathfinder fans? You play other games? Let me know in the comments. Yes, 20. It is formatting salad, and honestly, I think that's the reason that PDFs aren't editable. There's lots of great like SDKs for working with them and software to do it, but it's a dumpster fire. And the reality is, people can still have editing power. They just have to use the right software. So this is P48 Trackers Camp. Let's open this up. I need to tag this with reputation. Boom, because it does impact the reputation. They can gain a new lieutenant out of this, which is cool. They have some creatures here. They're all worried about Ash and Swale. Okay. All right. Cool, so that's good. It doesn't seem to link to any other locations. Just double checking. Because Oh, there it goes. He asked if the party pass agreement to go that way. Here is B42, B43. Okay, yep. I thought there was something. Oh, let's associate existing locations, B42 and B43. Double checking, yep. And B43. There we go, game trail. Playing a fishing sim video game and the built-in RPG elements make me think about TTRPGs. Cool. A fishing sim, nice. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like fun. Alright. Save that. 4243, got it. And so now that's connected, and now we can come in here. This is B48, so I'll add B48. Oops, I just hit cancel because, of course I did. B48, trackers camp, save. Now I need to add B49. Almost there. B49. Shattered Shrine. A hidden location that is annoying to copy and paste. Roger that. Alright, I'm going to show you the other way to do this. I don't love it, but sometimes I'll do this. Just delete every other line. Vlayuba. Advice. Okay, let's look at this again. Move this to the side just a little bit. There we go. A character discerns about anyone finds vessels at a extravagant bend. There we go. I can be a little bit faster than copying and pasting one thing at a time. This one's an extravagant shrine. Now destroyed. Nothing special about it, so we're just going to do here. B39. Cool. And finally, B51. That'll be the last location that we have to add. B51. Venexus Shrine. I'm going to try this technique again. Features. A25. It's technically associated with A25, so we're going to save this. Okay, this is B51, Venexus Shrine. Let's come in here and associate it with A25. Actually, I'm not even sure I have A25 in here. Let me not. I do not, in fact, I haven't gone back that far because that's about the time that I was starting to move everything into Lorelink, so. We'll just make a note of that. In fact, let's go look for, double check. Oh, I see. We're still, I got all this. There's an encounter here. Carrion Golem. Carrion Golem. Let's link the Carrion Golem. Alright, we'll copy all this stuff. Dire consequences and treasure. I could also make this an encounter. This is hard. The way Pathfinder works, it's hard to know sometimes if I want something to be an encounter or a just a location. Generally speaking, if it's an encounter that could potentially move between locations, I make it an event. If it's an encounter that will only happen at the location and that's really the only thing you can do at that location, I might just leave it in the location. Realistically, though, one of the reasons that I would separate it out is if I want to track it differently inside of the session. So if I really quickly show you how sessions work, so I've got a planning, got a couple being planned. There we go, 24. This is the one we're working on, Journey to Luba. So for example, inside of here, I can mark things off as completed, locations and other stuff. So like if there's an event, I can mark the events as completed separately from the location. So just because they've visited a location. So for example, if the encounter is optional, then I definitely need to separate it because that way I can track individually if they've done them or not. If the only thing to do with the location is to have the encounter, then there you go. It's a great game, the Cthulhu Mythos features. Oh, so it's a Cthulhu Mythos fishing simulator and is spooky. Yeah, that sounds spooky, actually. That sounds horrifying. Advice, reputation points, treasure. There's treasure, there's dire consequence. If they take any objects from the quartz bowl to serve anything, they can lose 5 reputation points. Ow, that would be catastrophic. Okay, so we're going to save this. We're going to flag this for reputation. Negative reputation is reputation. Okay, cool. So there's that. That is 51. The next thing, so let me come in here. P51 on the map. we go. Flag it. E51. Save. All right, so that's the entire map filled out. Now, let's look at all of the locations and expand this just a little bit. You'll note that there's the Glacial Palace, Venexus Lair, Calamity Caves, and so Layuba. I can add, I think Layuba doesn't have any locations. Oh, there are notable locations in Layuba. So what I'm going to do is, we've been streaming a good while. Things are looking good. Been about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this stream. We've got way more than we're going to get through the next couple of sessions, gaming sessions. Next stream, what I'll probably do is pick up with adding some of the stuff from about Layuba, fleshing out the Layuba, and also fleshing out the Glacial Palace just a little bit. That'll be up next. So with that, let me get back here. Cool. So I want to thank you all for joining this evening, going through and doing a little bit of planning inside of Lorelink. We've basically added some locations to the Lost Man of the Valley. We're working through the Quest for the Frozen Flame campaign. So thank you for joining us very much. We are going to not be streaming tomorrow because here in the US it is an election day. We will be back next Tuesday at a regularly scheduled time and look forward to seeing you there. Do please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Join us on Blue Sky. And be sure to check out the website, lorelink.com, for information about the various systems that you can put into Lorelink. And feel free to go ahead and sign up for a free tier account. You'll have full access to the free tier. You can just sign up and start using Lorelink today. So please do that. We will have the paid tiers coming very soon, and look forward to seeing what kinds of games you put together. So again, thank you very much. Have a great time gaming.